a Jewish laser gun. How do people get to positions of power not answering questions? Why y'all keep voting for these people, man? Bro, just give up. Just go home, man. It's over. It's done. Welcome to America.
1 in a million to one villain. Too hot to be in the kitchen. I'll end up melting the ceiling.
Welcome back to Uncensored. Thousands of people rallied in Washington today against surging anti-Semitic attacks since the Israel-Hamas conflict began. Incidents in the US have spiked by nearly 400%. People from all over the nation have travelled to the March for Israel, which also demanded the release of...
Yeah, David. That'll work for me. That'll definitely work for me. Yeah, I have to hop on this weekend or something so we can catch up. Things have been absolutely nutty on my end the past couple of months. Yeah, I'm interested to hear about that.
hostages taken by Hamas. Well, from Washington, I'm joined now by Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene, whose new book, called MTG, is out soon. Well, welcome, MTG. You are a very...
Hi. Thank you for having me on.
No, my pleasure. You're a very controversial character. Depending who I talk to, they say you're an absolute firebrand, the female Donald Trump. Others say you're a conspiracy theory whack job. How do you plead?
Last thing you ever want to be is the female version of somebody else or the male version of somebody else. You definitely want to be you. You know what I'm saying? Maybe somebody else could be the female or male version of you. But the moment you become the female or the male version of somebody else, then you instantly get labeled as somebody who's just like a copy. You're not the real thing. You know what I'm saying? You're not the original.
Well, I'm only controversial because people like you made it that way, Piers. And that's why I wrote my book, MTG.
All right, that's just bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Look, I don't follow too much of Marjorie Taylor Greene, but it's clear, like, come on, man. We got this thing in society where people like to be controversial as fuck and then try to accuse other people of just hating them or putting them down. Like, nah, you chose to be controversial. You know the shit you putting out is not gonna resonate with people. You know that shit. Come on, man. Just accept it.
What have I done?
People in your industry, they created a character of me that doesn't exist. And so I wrote my book, MTG, so that I could tell my country and tell the world exactly who I am and what my...
Bro, how is it that Congress people are writing books, bro? Like, hear me out. I know they're not fully writing the books. Like, I know this for a fact. Like, maybe they're writing some of it. Maybe they dictating some of it. Maybe they got a general sense of what they want to write. But it's somebody else who made that shit pop. Somebody else who put that shit together and make it a reality. Let's be honest. If you serving in Congress, your job should be fucking helping run the country and shit. I don't need you writing books. I don't need you writing books. I really don't. I don't really care. Do what you got to do in office and then write your books after you finish serving. And this ain't got nothing to do with Marjorie Taylor Greene specifically, but this got to do with a lot of shit that be going on with politicians. Like, bro, why do I want my politicians to be celebrities? I don't. I really don't. Do your job. You know what I'm saying? Do your job. That's just a rant that I had to get off, but like it's not unique to her. It's just politicians in general.
Views are, which are not radical. They are not controversial. They're actually very American, and they represent the views of not only my district, but most Americans who are sick and tired of being sold out by Washington.
So you never promote ridiculous conspiracy theories?
Well, if you mean by Russian collusion, absolutely not. Those are the conspiracy theories and the lies of the Democrats and the media.
Well, I agree with you about Russian collusion.
This man, Piers Morgan, is locked and loaded, bro. I guess it's part of the job, but this man is locked and loaded. Like, he's like, I'm going to set you up with the question, right? He really like, I'm going to give you some rope so you can hang yourself. So instead of me saying, so you said this, I'm going to be like, hey, so you never promote any conspiracy theories? And then I'm going to let you say no, and then I'm going to be like, but what about this? You know what I'm saying?
Promoted those.
I agree with you about that. It was ridiculous. I said so at the time.
Well, there was no, yeah.
No, and we were born out. But for example, I want to play you a clip from a guy called Bassem Youssef. He was known as the Arab Jon Stewart. And I interviewed him recently about the war. And he said this about you.
The saddest thing that I saw is the people that were in so much support of Israel are anti-Semite themselves. MTG, Marjorie Taylor Greene, you know, she said like, oh, I send my aides, and they took pictures of the protesters. Basically, she's surveilling protesters. And Marjorie Taylor Greene is very known for a very famous post in 2018 where she blamed the California fires on a Jewish space laser gun.
Now,
Bro, the way this man said it was so hilarious. The Jewish laser gun. Oh, boy.
you did, didn't you? Because I've read that post. I went and got it, and I read it. November 17, 2018, you posted a long thing on Facebook that was just complete gobbledygook. I mean, you made out that
that's
the
why I wrote
Rothschilds
this book.
and
I talk about Jewish space lasers
do you admit
in
that
my
that
book
was a
because
lunatic?
that's something I never said. No,
Well,
excuse
I'm
me,
reading it
Piers.
here.
I never said that phrase. That was a lie about me. If you read my original Facebook post, I never said, and that's why I had to write this book, because people.
What did the original Facebook post say? I'm curious. You never said it. It came from your account. So who said it? Who the fuck said it? There's nothing true in Hollywood, in DC. There's nothing true anymore. Everything is just a part of the fucking, it's like all a conspiracy. They just don't like me.
People like you and whoever that guy was,
It's not
who
me.
sounds like one of the trolls in my social media,
Yeah.
attacking me and calling me names when he's never met me. I'm not anti-Semitic at all. I
I'm
support
not-
Israel, and I am outraged at
All right, so who wrote the post? Who wrote the post? Let's get over this, all this nonsense of like, yeah, who wrote the post? Give me specifics. If you didn't write it, who wrote it? What did you mean?
Hamas attacking
It's like, this is why I wrote the book, so you can go buy it and find out what.
innocent Israeli citizens,
Yeah,
women,
Marjorie, I'm
children,
not calling you-
slaughtering babies.
I'm not calling you anything. I'm just saying that you did post this crazy post, basically alleging that.
I know, the media lied about it, and that's why I wrote
I've
my
just read
book,
it.
Piers, because I'm.
Man, he just read it. He just read it, bro. Like, all right, okay. Let me see. All right, okay, let's see. MTG, Jewish space laser post. Let's see. Oh man, she from Georgia. I forgot. Jewish space laser conspiracy. This is 2021. I want to see the post. This is Newsweek. I just want to see the post. Oh, the post has now been deleted. Greene implied that the Rothschild, a wealthy Jewish banking family, frequently referred to in an anti-Semitic conspiracy theory. Give me the direct quote. Okay. Oh, wow. That's a long ass post. All right. So this is what Marjorie Taylor Greene posted November 17, 2018. As there are now over 70 people confirmed dead and over 1,000 missing, the fires in California are a horrific tragedy. I'm praying for all involved. I'm posting this in speculation because there are too many coincidences to ignore, and just putting it out there from some research I've done stemming from my curiosity over PG&E stocks, which tanked all week, then rallied Thursday night after California officials announced they would not let PG&E fail. I find it very interesting that Roger Kimmel on the board of directors is also vice chairman of Rothschild Inc., international investment banking firm. I also find it interesting the long history. I'm not reading all of this. Let's see. I'm getting the gist of it. Okay, so so the fires are burning in the same projected areas that the $77 billion high-speed fines rail project is to be built, which also happens to be Governor Brown's pet project. And what are the odds that Feinstein's husband, Richard Blum, is the contractor to the rail project? Geez, with that much money, we could build 3 U.S. soldier border walls. Then oddly, there are all these people who have said they saw what looked like lasers or blue beams of light causing the fires, and pictures and videos. I don't know anything about that, but I do find it really curious that PG&E's partnership with SolarWind on space solar generators started in 2009. Fucking shit. This is why I don't do conspiracy theories. By the time you're just trying to crack down on exactly what the hell a person is talking about, you got to read so much stuff that they want you to piece together. Yeah, I'm not doing it. I just can't.
Setting the record straight. And I hope people order my book at mtgbook.com. It's a
Well,
great read. People need to know exactly who I am, and what I really believe in.
It's a very good plug for the book. But you did suggest in this post, which I've read very carefully, you did suggest that the California wildfires at the time had been started by PG&E in conjunction with the Rothschilds using a space laser in order to clear room for a high-speed rail project. They're your words, not mine.
Well, you know, people have twisted my words nonstop, and I guess that's what you're going to continue to do.
Now, tell me what you meant then. They twisted your words. What did you mean? That's all I want. Can I get a straight answer from a politician these days? Give me a straight answer. Okay, they twisted your words. What did you mean? What exactly what you trying to say? Like, give her all the time she needs. I mean, you got her on the show. Okay, just carve out a time. Okay, hey, look, cool. You say that people are twisting your words. So I'm going to give you the time to explain exactly what you meant and spell it out for the people. Let's put this shit to bed right here, right now, for the rest of the time. But we won't get that.
But we're working hard in America to straighten out our problems. You are. You're doing a great job of it, Piers, and that's what you and your colleagues do all the time.
Marjorie,
I just don't. I don't handle it. I don't deal with it, and I cast it to the
Marjorie,
side.
I have your,
you know, there's a lot of issues
here.
happening that we could talk about.
I'm going to come to those.
No, we're gonna talk about the Jewish space lasers. Now, let's talk about the Jewish space lasers. Now, look, I'm only saying this because, like, do I think this is the most important thing we should be talking about? No, but like, I really want to know what you meant. You know, I'm curious. Like, you know, I'm pretty sure I ain't the only one curious. What the hell you meant?
Move on, though. You have to just accept what you wrote yourself, don't you? You deleted it. So obviously you were embarrassed by it.
Well, that would be like me asking you to accept the fact that you defended prisoners at Guantanamo Bay, but never say anything about January 6th defendants.
Yeah, hey, y'all know what they call that, right? That's a pivot. Like, enough about me. Let's talk about you. Classic. I hope y'all see through these tactics, bro. Look, whether you like Marjorie Taylor Greene or not, bro, you gotta see this shit for what it is, bro, at this point.
Who are having their rights abused and are rotting away in solitary confinement here in our country, and especially in the D.C. jail. You know, if we're going to talk about each other's words, let's hold each other to account and to issues that really matter, not social media posts from the past. I don't know what you're referring
to on Guantanamo Bay, but what I would say about Guantanamo Bay is it's clearly ridiculous that America kept this open-ended camp where people were kept without trial, sometimes for more than 12 years. It's completely ridiculous in a civilized democratic society that you would do that. Now, let's move on from my words.
Well, in a civilized democrat society, we
She ain't letting him get back to her, bro. I can tell you that much. That's over with. It's over with. She done pivoted. She done got him talking about something else. He gonna try to pull it back? Nah, we ain't going there, bro. You're not getting an answer, bro. You're not getting an answer, Piers. Trust me on this.
Shouldn't be holding American citizens that simply walk through the Capitol, grandmothers and mothers and veterans walking through the Capitol, never doing anything wrong, and they're rotting away in jail and being persecuted by our Department of Justice and our government that has completely gone out of control. So if you're going to talk about one, we should talk about the other.
Let's talk about January 6th, by all means.
All right, let's talk about it. But first, let's talk about the Jewish space lasers. Let's get this settled. And I promise you, we're going to move on to what about the January 6th. But let's first settle this. Like, this is why I couldn't be an interviewer, right? We'll be there all fucking day trying to get down to one fucking point.
I mean, I know what I witnessed with my own eyes, and it was a huge violent mob.
Were you here?
It was, sorry?
Were you
See?
here?
No, I watched it on television.
You're never going back to it. You never. It's over with. It's done. Brilliant. Marjorie Taylor Greene is brilliant. Fucking brilliant. You just completely got away with avoiding talking about the Jewish space lasers. Brilliant. Mwah.
Here. Oh, I was here. Piers, let me tell you, I was here. I was actually in the House chamber because I objected to Joe Biden's Electoral College votes.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of that. I would object again today if I could.
You did suggest
and
that people...
I was there.
You did suggest that people use violence to thwart democracy, didn't you?
Not, well, you mean like in 1776 when we beat your country? Is that what you're talking about?
Oh, shit. All right. Ooh, look, I'm laughing because I can understand what's going on, right? Some people probably laughing because they're like, ooh, she just owned him. I'm laughing because I really understand what's going on right now. That's how you avoid answering questions. And on top of that, the British monarchy was not a democracy when we fought them. So that doesn't apply, right? Answer the question. Answer the question. But she's doing a brilliant job not answering any questions. You came here to tell me to buy your book. You want people to buy your book. But when we just talking to you one-on-one, we can't get any answers. I gotta pay to get a representative's like answers to get what you really think.
If you want to reference...
No, I didn't talk about violence on January 6th.
If you want to reference 1776...
What I did talk about is objecting, using my constitutional duty that I have as a member of Congress to object to fraudulent electoral college votes.
Let me play you what you said.
Absolutely, I did that.
Let me play you what you said. Let's play what you said. Your own words.
This is an important time in our history. We can't allow this just to be gone, you know, just to let it go. You can't allow it to just transfer power peacefully like Joe Biden wants and allow him to become our president because he did not win this election. It's being stolen and the evidence is there.
So there can be no peaceful transfer of power. So what's the opposite of peace?
That's why we objected, Piers. That's why we objected.
And that's why, Marjorie,
all right, listen well. My peoples. Javi Lobby. Listen well. Because I'm finna say something, you know, I think is important to say. Whether you agree with me or not, right? These people, if they really, the people in the Senate, the people in the Congress, if they really believe that Joe Biden is not the legitimate president, why in the hell are they literally going along with it? Why are they signing bills and trying to get him to agree to it? What's all that about? The first people who should be like on the front lines of a government coup or some kind of takeover should be the politicians. The people on the opposite side who really believe that it's been taken. You don't, oh, we're going to fight something in the judicial process and we're going to try to figure it out. And then, oh, you lose. And then all of a sudden you just fall back in line and start doing your job normally. But you somehow feel like the government was overtaken. No, sorry. I don't believe you. I do not believe you. No, I don't. You know, that's why in like countries where dictators come to power and stuff, they usually start killing off their competition or their rivals. You know why? Because the rivals just won't accept the fact that this person just seized power. Gosh. I mean, like, come on, man. They got me riled. If you're watching with, I'm gonna respond to you if you seeing what I'm saying. It's just like every time I go to Discord and try to type, it seems like the screen goes black on the camera. I don't know why.
Privilege that I have as a member of Congress.
Okay, but let me make my point.
There was a law firm that tried to take me off the ballot, and they were laughed out of the courtroom in Georgia. Let me make my point. And you were giving their talking points. I can't tell you how much people in Georgia would think this is ridiculous.
Let me give you my talking point, which is that
I'm in Georgia, and I don't think it's ridiculous.
A huge mob of people, many of whom were violent, crashed into the Capitol to try and thwart democracy.
Wait, do you mean like
because
you
people
mean
like you, Marjorie,
pro-Hamas
people like
rioters?
you said two things.
You mean like the pro-Hamas rioters?
No. I'm talking about
that came in
January
and
6th.
occupied our Capitol on October 18th.
Marjorie,
that Rashida Tlaib herself led.
Answer my question.
No, wait, we're in 2023, Piers.
Marjorie, answer my question.
We just had a pro-Hamas mob.
You've written a book in which you talk about these things. Okay.
And Rashida Tlaib
Can I ask you
it.
a question? Can I?
Will you answer the question? No. Not can I answer the question? If I ask you a question, will you answer it? Instead of twisting that shit and turning it on me, the interviewer. Oh my God. Bro, what? This is my first time doing a video with Marjorie Taylor Greene. So I don't know what they expect, you know.
Question. I want to ask two questions. One, presumably when you say there can be no peaceful transfer of power, you mean there has to be some violent objection to it, which is exactly what we then saw on January the 6th.
I didn't say violence.
You said
you're
there can be
putting
no
words in my
peaceful
mouth, and I'm not
transfer of
going to
power.
let you do that.
You said there can be no...
Piers, I'm not going to let you. You're lying. I'm not letting you put words in my mouth that I never said.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
You want to know where the real election interference happened?
Let me ask
happened
you.
with Hillary Clinton,
Marjorie,
Barack Obama, and Russian collusion.
I'm not talking about that.
And
I've agreed with you
went
about
through
that.
hell for 4 years.
I've agreed with you about Russian collusion. Let's agree about that. But let's not agree about the stolen election. I told Donald Trump to his face, and he didn't like it, called me a fool 7 times, that the election was not stolen from him. He has singularly failed to produce any actual hard evidence that there was any stolen election. Do you still believe that election was stolen?
Piers, you're not even a voter in our country.
No.
And I can tell you right now.
Fucking shit, bro. Just answer the question. How do people get to positions of power not answering questions? Why y'all keep voting for these people, man? Bro, just give up. Just go home, man. It's over. It's done. Welcome to America, where politicians who are getting paid to answer questions, to run our government, won't answer questions. Welcome to America. Gosh.
Now, as a Georgia resident and a member of Congress, in Georgia, our Secretary of State illegally changed the laws. So did Wisconsin, so did Pennsylvania, to allow our states to be flooded with absentee ballots. We have cases in court today. You should look them up. Fulton County case.
Why have
These are
no
cases that are
judges
about to be heard
that the election
in the
was
next
stolen?
few months. Piers, excuse me.
Marjorie,
We're
it
about to
wasn't
prove
stolen.
those cases.
Bruh, bringing a case against somebody does not mean that they're guilty. You remember that. People will go to court and charge people or try to go after people just to make an appearance like they're fighting, just to make an appearance like something is wrong. Bro, going to court and accusing somebody of something does not make them guilty, especially in a country where America, where you're innocent until proven guilty. You can't use that as evidence. You going to court against somebody saying that they did something illegal does not give you evidence to support your case, unless you actually go to court and prove your case, and then you can start using that as evidence against your case. But the single act of actually going to court against somebody is not evidence. Gosh.
Look, you can think that all you want, but you live over in Britain.
It's not just me
I'm
saying
an American.
it. By the
I'm
way,
a Georgia voter. I'm a member of Congress. I've seen the evidence.
Marjorie,
our election was stolen in 2020, and we are going to re-elect President Trump in 2024.
We'll come to what you're going to do, but just for the record, I do have a home in America, and I spend a lot of time in America, and I have lived and worked in America for 20 years. I love America. I love Americans. I particularly love your democratic system, and I don't like to see elected officials in America, whether it's you or Donald Trump, pretending you had an election stolen when there is actually no evidence it was stolen. And in fact, many senior Republicans
There's plenty
agree
of evidence,
it wasn't
Piers,
stolen.
And if you aren't capable of believing the truth,
prove it in the courts.
That's your problem.
Prove it in the courts.
It is being proven.
It's not being proven in the
Fulton County
courts.
case. Look up Georgia
no
cases.
Court
They're
has
in the courts
upheld
right now.
a stolen election.
Piers, don't lie to your viewers. There are
Marjorie,
cases
I wouldn't
right
call you a
now.
liar.
Oh, so you're telling me suitcases of ballots being pulled out from under the table?
Marjorie.
Give me the court cases. Give me the rulings specific. I need court. I mean, I shouldn't have to look it up. And I mean, I really don't have to. But like, bro, give me the court cases Specific court cases where it's been proven that the election was stolen. Specific court cases. No, don't tell me about cases that's in court right now that has yet to be ruled on. Tell me about cases where the judges have ruled to say that things worth, something happened where the election was stolen. I'm done with conspiracies. I'm done with the lack of, I feel this way or this seemed odd. Give me the hard, cold evidence. Something that everybody can see. I want to know about the Jewish space lasers. Can we learn about the Jewish space lasers? I don't think we ever get into it. We're not. Gosh.
I'm not calling you a liar.
Have you watched the videos?
I'm simply
Stacks of ballots being put through
Marjorie, as I said to Donald Trump,
counted over and over.
Marjorie, as I said to Donald Trump, I'm not saying you're lying. I'm just saying produce the evidence, because no court in America has so far established any evidence that that election was stolen. It's for the birds. It's cloud cuckoo stuff.
That's because those cases were dismissed on standing, but we have cases coming up, Piers. Pay attention so that if you really want your viewers to know the truth.
She know it ain't never gonna happen. She know it. It's about winning the next election, y'all. Cases that probably either won't be ruled on until the next election has happened, or by the time anybody even thinks about it, you already have forgot about these court cases. And they'll be talking about something else. The news cycle continues. God, this is my first time doing a video on her. And look, I don't even know much about Marjorie Taylor Greene. I knew something about the Jewish space laser comment, but I never looked into it or whatever. But this is, answer the question, bro. I'm done with this. I want to know about the Jewish space lasers. Tell me that. What y'all think? Am I wrong? Am I right? I'll let y'all decide. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe for more. If you would like to get access to exclusive content, consider becoming a member or a patron at patreon.com/thehavylobby. You can also continue the conversation by joining the Javi Lobby Discord. You can find all the links in the description below.